Watching your children grow and play is one of life's greatest pleasures. It's exciting to watch them use their senses to decode the world around them. But for some children, their senses may not be sending the information to the brain correctly. Their behavior can look under or overreactive. They may seem fearful or disorganized. They may have problems reaching physical milestones, socializing, or learning. If this sounds like your child, he or she may have a sensory issue. Recently, a panel of leading occupational therapists joined together to provide answers to common questions about sensory issues in young children. Here's what they had to say.
There's an explosion in the number of children who have sensory differences affecting their learning and behavior. The earlier you can get help for these issues, the better everybody is. It does not make sense to wait, and the research is very clear on this, that that they'll grow out of it is a fallacy.
We usually think of 5 senses: sight, sound, touch, smell, taste. But there are actually 2 more senses that are also very important. One of them is the sense that tells us about our body position. If you put your hands behind your back and spread your fingers apart, you would know that your hands are in that position because of the information from your muscles and joints. This sense is called proprioception. And we have another sense that gives us information about movement. It helps us to move in a smooth, coordinated way, to maintain our balance and to adjust our eyes while we are moving. This is called the vestibular sense.
We're all constantly taking in sensory information and using that sensory information that we're getting from the world around us. And some of us might be better in some areas than others, like some people might have really good hearing or better vision, while other people might maybe have better body position sense or movement sense. But we're all pretty much able to hopefully be functional. And that's what we're looking for the children we're treating.
Sometimes it's hard to tell what a sensory issue looks like because no 2 children with a sensory issue act exactly the same way. Parents are typically the first to notice that their child might be doing things differently.
At his 9-month wellness checkup, he wasn't crawling and he wouldn't stay on his stomach at all.
A lot of times, like the gross motor coordination was never quite there, and the doctors would write it off at first as, he's a boy, he's clumsy.
He might attempt to try an activity, but as soon as the other children would just run by him and climb on the slide and get on the swing, and they would have done it like 10 times before Ryder could even, get to the stairs, he eventually just started to avoid activities like that.
Every day, our brains effortlessly take in millions of pieces of information from the outside world to help us learn, play, and work. For most of us, these messages enter the body through our senses and speed like a fast train to the right places in the brain to help us react. For some children, these messages don't have a smooth trip. The train gets stuck, follows the wrong signals, or moves slowly along the tracks.
There are times when others are interpreting those behaviors as being malicious. Often they're accused of purposefully breaking toys, being too aggressive, and not then being invited to play dates or to birthday parties or even wanting to interact on the playground.
You could have a child that is very, very sensitive to, say, auditory or sounds. And it might look to people around them that they're not really paying attention, when actually what they're doing is they're paying attention too much. And
it was more frustrating definitely before we knew, because then we're like, why is he behaving like that, and why is he acting up like that?
We didn't like the unexpectedness of being splashed. Really stayed away from sprinklers, swimming pools. Taking a shower was just something we couldn't even think about doing for him.
One of the ways that I describe sensory difficulties to parents is by talking about getting glasses, because everybody goes to an optometrist for an eye check, and if if you don't see 20/20, the optometrist will give you glasses, and that's a wonderful way to change your visual perception, the way you see. But we don't have glasses for the other senses. That's where sensory integration intervention comes in, because we try to provide activities that will enhance the way the child perceives those kind of sensory inputs.
Therapy sessions use swings, climbing structures, big pillows and bolsters, and tactile activities. The activities might include things to push, pull, touch, climb over, jump on, or jump from. Obstacle courses are another popular activity. Therapy is a lot of fun, but kids are actually doing a lot of hard work.
I don't think James realizes that this is therapy, it's just playtime.
I feel like before we come into a session, he's definitely excited. He knows when his scheduled therapy day is. He knows it's on the calendar. He can't wait to come.
And now he walks in the grass, and before he couldn't even touch the grass. And yesterday I was chasing him around a tree, and we were both in barefoot, and he was just having a great time. And 3 months ago, this wasn't possible.
You'll sit there at a swimming class like, holy smokes, he's actually doing it just the same as everyone else. It's just an absolute triumph for us.
Clearly, we've seen the benefits of sensory integration therapy with our son. It's helped him improve in all areas of his life, and we know it will continue to help him. And we just feel so grateful that we got the help for Ryder when we did.
It's really important to start as early as possible, but it's also important to know that some of these issues are really hard to detect, and that you might not notice it in your child until they are in grammar school and they're starting to have trouble in the classroom.
The reason that we really want people to know about sensory integration and know about it now is so that you can get help as soon as possible for your child. But it's never too late.
In the end, it's all about helping them be happy and successful kids.
For more information, resources, and videos about sensory motor issues and other topics, please visit pathways.org or call 1-800-955-CHILD.